Hi, I'm Crystal with Cloud Night Organizing. I am so glad you guys are here, and I am so thankful that Kim with Fresh Impact and Teresa with Teresa Schloop Web Design asked me if I would make this video for them for their spring cleaning week. Yes, this is where I shine. This is what I do for a living, actually. I help people declutter and get organized, so I was so excited about this. Super excited to see the rest of the videos that they are sharing this week. I know they're going to be amazing. So let me explain to you a little bit about what I do, and then I'll jump into what I want to share with you guys today. So I get to help people every day declutter and organize their homes. I help them live a little bit more efficiently. It is really my passion to help people live decluttered, de-stressed, and simplified. That's the tagline of my company because that is what my ultimate goal is to help people just have a little bit less stress because mess equals stress. It is so true. There is this mental weight that clutter creates. Sometimes we don't even realize it. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk to you about how you can, first of all, recognize some clutter, and then why do we hang on to clutter? You know, if you figure out your why, sometimes powering through the clutter and organizing and doing an organizing project actually is a little bit easier if you can figure out why you hang on to clutter. So when your belongings start to get in your way, either physically or mentally, and yes, there is a mental part that plays into this. If those things are in your way, if they make you cranky when you look at them, then it's time to get rid of them. So there are so many reasons, though, even though we hate the stuff or we know that we should be getting rid of it, we hang on to it anyway. First of all, the number one reason is you may not even recognize that it is clutter. So say you walk into a room and it just feels heavy to you or something feels a little off and you don't know exactly what it is. Sure, there's stuff all over the floor and you're stepping over laundry to get into your bedroom and into your bathroom. But it's just the way it's always been. So it's almost like white noise. You don't even notice it. So that's one reason you don't take care of it is because it's just your way of life. You don't recognize it as clutter. So this is how you recognize clutter. First of all, just you kind of do it bit by bit. You look at a thing and you ask yourself, do I love this thing? And do I use this thing? If you answered no to both of those questions, then it is definitely clutter and it's time to get rid of it. You've got to be really honest with yourself too. So, even if it's a pair of your favorite shoes that you've had for 15 years, really look at those shoes. Do you still really love them like you used to love them? Do they still represent the person that you are now, or do they represent the person you used to be 15 years ago? So be honest with yourself. And are you using those shoes? Do you wear them, or has it been 5 years since you put those on your feet because they kill your feet? So you got to be really honest. So recognize the clutter. All right. Another reason we don't let go of things is because of guilt. This is a big one. When somebody gifts you something, either a gift from a store that's brand new, that's all packaged beautifully, or it is something that you inherited from your great grandmother, getting rid of it, donating it, or selling it feels really wrong, right? There is this horrible guilt, like, oh my gosh, what if they come over and they notice that I got rid of it? Or they ask me about it and I don't have it anymore. I mean, how am I going to deal with that? This is how you deal with it, guys. If you've asked yourself those two questions, do I love it? Do I use it? No and no. And it's time to get rid of it. So you recognize it as clutter. If you have a relationship with someone that is a genuine, loving, real relationship, that person is going to forgive you for letting go of it, and they're going to understand that you made a very self-loving decision to release the clutter because it was weighing you down. So just know that your relationships are going to be intact and you can let go of the guilt. Another reason that we like to hang on to things is emotional attachment. This starts really early in life, right? You see this with children who have their special little blankies or their little loveys, and they love to take them with them wherever they go. It's just kind of a comfort thing. Sometimes that actually follows you through into adulthood, which is okay. It's fine if you still love something and you want to hang on to it. Don't ever let anybody tell you to get rid of something that you still love. But, and maybe you've got memories attached to something, and those memories will bring up emotions. Just pay attention to your emotions. Are the emotions that you have with that thing, whatever it is, are those positive emotions or are they negative emotions? So you've really got to be in tune with yourself and listen to yourself and be honest with yourself again. How do I feel when I look at this thing? Maybe it's a beautiful, expensive piece of jewelry, but your ex gave it to you. So when you look at that, do you have great memories and you're happy about it, or do you have kind of sad or angry memories and you have yucky feelings? Even if something's very expensive, you need to let it go if it makes you really sad. So those are the kinds of things that I'm talking about. So if you're emotionally attached to something but it's a negative emotion, it's clutter. Try to let it go. Now, I'm not talking about like legal documents, like maybe divorce papers, things that you have to hang on to that still make you a little sad or whatever, but I would ask your attorney about that. But don't let go of that kind of stuff, but maybe you just tuck that sort of thing away to where you don't see it every so often. But anything else that you don't have to keep, let it go. So when you don't recognize clutter as clutter, or you've got guilt associated with something, or you're emotionally attached to something, it's all so overwhelming. So that's another reason we don't tackle clutter too. It's just like, it's just overwhelming. You don't know where to start or what to do or how to even begin. So you just take a breath and give yourself some grace, and you just do one small chunk at a time. So you focus on one small area, completely go through the decluttering and organizing process. And you can visit me at cloud9organizing.com. I talk a little bit about that at my website or on my Facebook page also. I've got some resources for you there. But so you go through the organizing process, little tiny pieces at a time, and then move on to the next piece. Even if you're talking about doing an entire room, don't do an entire room all at once. Like let's say the kitchen, just do one drawer at a time. And it just makes it a little bit more manageable, a little bit more digestible. And try to ask that question, why? Everybody's got their own why. Why am I hanging onto this clutter? Why am I not addressing this and taking care of it? And be super honest with yourself. And I'll tell you what my why was. I used to hang on to things because I was afraid that I would never be able to afford something again. Like if I let something go, like, ooh, I won't ever be able to buy another one of those. So mine was kind of money related for me. So that is just a personal thing. Everybody's got their own reasons. You just have to recognize what your reason is. So I've released that from my life, and I know that if I need it, I can go buy it again. Or more than likely, I don't need it. If I haven't used it in a very long time, if I don't love it or I don't use it, then I don't need it, right? So please let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you have gotten stuck and you do have some clutter and you don't know why you can't power through and tackle it. So I am here to help you figure that out if you have any questions. I do work with the physical clutter, but like I said, when I help clients tackle that physical clutter, it really just like, there's a weight that lifts off of their shoulders a lot of the time. And it's also very addicting too. Once you start with one area of your home, you kind of just dominoes into other areas of your home. You get really excited. You want everything to be decluttered. So living decluttered, de-stressed, and simplified is an amazing way to live. And it is my way of life now. It took me about 9 months to get my own clutter under control. So just remember that too. When you are tackling clutter, it is a process and it takes a while, and just be patient with yourself and try to recognize the clutter and to maybe have those hard conversations with yourself and ask yourself why you're holding on to the clutter. Okay, that is it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. And again, thank you so much for having me. And I really appreciate it. Kim and Teresa, thank you guys so much. And I will talk to you later. Okay, thanks. And if you do have any questions, again, just hop on over to Cloud9 Organizing and .com, and I will be happy to help you.